we go. Getting started here. Everything's going to be set up in a second. And we are officially recording live. This is Matt, your average gamer. And honestly, I can't wait to jump into this. This should be really fun. We're going to be making some random builds, including build request, which is going to be great. And overall, this should be a really good time. This should be pretty fun. I'm just getting a few things, last minute things set up here. And then we'll be getting going, and hopefully make some builds and have some fun. That's the whole point here. So let's dive in here. And if you happen to hop in a chat, just chat what build you want to see. We're going to be using the Glorious Merchant. It's the only mod I'm using, so nothing else impacts gameplay. That way, if you guys have a specific build that you want to see, I can just grab the equipment right away for it and make the build, which is pretty convenient because we're playing offline anyway. So it's going to make that a lot easier. So we're going to jump in now and get started and hopefully make some really cool builds. So first I want to show this off because if nobody knows what the Glorious Merchant is, if somebody can comment, by the way, too, whether or not you can hear me and my mic sounds clear, that would be awesome. That would be definitely helpful. Should be clear. I tested it a few times. So, but overall, this is going to be really fun. So we've got a couple ideas right away, but this is the merchant mod. This is actually pretty cool. And you could just browse inventory and you can go through and grab like whatever we need. So if there's a specific build request, we could just grab the weapon right away and then we're just going to make a build with it, which is awesome. So I think like everything's here too. I think it even has the DLC items too, which is really cool. Oh, thank you, Alex. Hi, by the way. Awesome. So, and this has the DLC weapons here, so this is really convenient for us. It's actually really cool to have that. And there's a few I'm already thinking of that I want to do, but I'm not sure what I want to start with. The Sunflower somebody requested recently. The Sword of Night somebody requested recently. You can even buy like larval tears and stuff from this guy. It's really cool. So that's pretty cool. I didn't really know about this mod, and then like when I thanks, Alex. When I saw this mod, I was like, oh, this is really convenient because if I'm going to be doing build requests live, I might as well, you know, at least have access to everything. So I think the first one, if nobody has any direct build request, I'm probably going to rock the Sword of Night for the first one. So let's check that out. Spirit Sword sounds pretty cool too. I forget what it is. Is it a katana? It's a katana. So we're going to build around this first. So that's pretty cool. And pick any seal here. And I think for this one, we've already got it at +10 because he sells these at +10. So that's awesome. Hello, Dario. Awesome to see you too. This is cool. This is already at +10. That's great. And all right, let's see what we got here. I believe the Ash of War on this one builds up on successive hits, so we're going to have to check that. I don't think it does a lot of bleed build up because I'm not certain we can do much with this, but we're going to have to respec to Dex, and then we're going to take on a boss, which is really fun. I think the most fun part will be testing these out on bosses, but I think this is all Dex scaling, right? Yeah, it's entirely a Dex weapon, so. I wonder if the armor set boost it in any way. I don't remember whether the armor set boosted or not. All right, so we got 60 vigor here. All right. Gonna want a decent amount of endurance for this one. Didn't think I needed much strength, but I always give myself a little strength just in case. I don't think it has strength requirements, though. You can't use Blood Flame Blade with this, which is kind of beat. All right, 65 dex is enough. Does anybody know anything about the Sword of Night? I don't even think I've done a build for this one. Maybe I did a build for this one around DLC. So I think Lord of Blood's Exaltation works, but I think we're only getting 45 bleed build up, which is not a lot. So the mod is Glorious Merchant. So that's the only one I'm using right now. It's just convenient. So that way I could just grab builds on the go. He sells everything, apparently. So it's absolutely awesome, to be honest, because you could just get whatever you want from him, which is really cool. And yeah, it makes it a little speedier. We have like all the spells now and stuff too. I made sure I grabbed everything ahead of time because I wanted to make sure that I had what I needed in case people asked for builds. So we're gonna try the Sword of Night first, and we're gonna try it on a boss here. Builds up on successive hits. The Bloodsucking Cracked here is 20% generic damage, so that's pretty cool. Golden Vow is gonna be our body buff. Our aura is Flame Grip and Strength. Our healing is Blessing's Boon. That's also cool. And you can't put any Ashes of War on this. I'm not sure. The Night set may boost this. I do not know. Find out whether this is boosted by the Night set or not. Wow, is that all the poise you get for this? 26? Am I reading that right? I feel like that chest piece weighs way too much. Did I really have 26 poise? All right, I'll rock this, but that's kind of funny. All right, so let's pick a random boss to try this one on. We built around this in a pretty good way, I think, so that's pretty cool. And we'll take on a boss and see how this goes and see what we're able to do. I think this is a cool one to start with, since it's kind of unique and should be fun, honestly. All right, so we're gonna hop back on. We're gonna hop on horseback and see if we have. Sweet. I don't know if the god's gonna possibly sleep right away just to see how much the ash does on this. If you have any build requests you want to see, by the way, don't forget to comment them below. Oh, it doesn't boost. It doesn't boost the damage. That's beat. 26 poise. Then that's what I get with this armor set. It's unfortunate. It does look really cool, though. To be fair, it's a cool looking armor from the DLC. So if you get close to him, you can pretty much. Oh, thanks. You can always put him to sleep. Wait. How did he not go to sleep? All right, there we go. All right, so I want to do some buffs here and then see how much the ash does. First of all, what is the ash 2 parts on this? All right, so that's a cool looking Ash of War. Wait, why does it follow up even if I have FP, which is regular hits? Yeah, it does. It looks so cool, honestly. It's such a cool armor set. It really is. Wait, so if I hold this, is this chargeable? Wait, this might be chargeable. Hold on. He's like asleep in the background. He's just taking a nap. Oh, this might be chargeable. That might actually be better if we use the Godfrey icon. I think it's chargeable. It does look like Sauron. That's actually a really good analogy. It really does look like him. It absolutely looks like him. It's a real look at that. That is so cool. It's just not unfortunate that it has 26 poise, which is a shame, but we'll have to make do with it for now. All right, he's gonna get up. That's okay. I just wanted to do my buff, so it's all right. Oh, hold on. All right, so I'm not sure how this works in terms of actually using the Ash of War. It's not the most convenient Ash of War. All right, hold on. I'm not liking the bleed build up here. I'm feeling like the bleed build up is really low. All right, so the damage was okay. It was all right. Claymore with Impaling Thrust, yeah, I can do that. Overall, this weapon's a little underwhelming because the bleed buildup is so low. You're stuck with 45 bleed buildup. I believe it is chargeable. It kind of has to be, I would think. Because if you look, the way to tell if something's chargeable is just by hitting it once and then holding it down. It's one of the easiest ways to do that, and it clearly has 2 different animations. The regular moveset's the katana moveset, so it's pretty cool. I'm not sure whether or not this can actually make it, but for people that want to see it, we have the Sword of Night plus 10. We got any seal we're using for buffs. This is the whole Knight set. The Shard of Alexander, Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, and then we have Melissen's Prosthesis, Godfrey icon, and then the Thorny Tear, Bloodsucking Cracked Tear. So let me see what the last comment said here. Yeah, it is a dope armor, and then Crimson Desert. Not sure what you're referring to. This is pretty cool though overall. I actually like the way this came out. Pretty awesome overall. I'm happy with this one. I'm not happy with the poise though. The damage was all right. It was decent. So now we're gonna do the Claymore with Impaling Thrust, right? Yeah, I figured it was chargeable because if you hold it down, but the damage was still like it was all right. It could have been. It definitely could have been better. But it was fun to use. I'll give it that. It's a pretty fun weapon. Oh, I died from the bloodsucking correct here because I had my inventory open, guys. Don't do that. Ah, that was my bad. The cameo talisman, I'm not sure. No, because it only has 2 animations. There's no whatchamacallit. I'll try it right now, but I don't think it would. And the only reason I'm thinking that it won't is because you cannot continue to hold it down. Like some of the other ones that are stances, it kind of automatically goes on its own. I will try it real quick just to see if it lights up. Nope. Yeah, you got no... Yeah, there's no red lighting on it, so... It's a cool weapon. Like, it definitely... But the problem is, well, I'm running low poise right now, but the problem with the weapon is... It doesn't have enough bleed buildup to justify, like, how you have to build around it. So... Yeah, I always die from my own buff. It's, like, the most common thing I do. Alright, so we're gonna look at, hold on one second here. Claymore. We're gonna try to find the Claymore should be right here. We got a plus 25 Claymore. This should be a much more potent one. Claymore with Impaling Thrust. So we're gonna build this at Renala. Yeah, it is underwhelming, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't underwhelming. I wish it was more fun to use because it's honestly really cool. The animation's really cool, but you could use the whole Ash of War and not get a single bleed proc. So that's a little bit disappointing. So we should have Impaling Thrust, Ash of War right here. And I think Heavy Affinity is going to be better. For those wondering, Heavy Affinity, the two-handed bonus does not impact anything in regards to Ashes of War, though, so... We can run the same buffs. This armor set is really cool, but I want to have more poise than this. So let's pick something random here. And something we could rock that has maybe 51 poise. I think this set does. Alright, so this set has 51 poise. And the Knight's Cavalry set. And we're going to adjust our stats here soon. How's everybody doing, by the way? Is everybody doing good? I've been doing a ton of these community requests lately, and it's been a lot of fun doing these. So we could use this talisman. We're poise breaking, right? So Blade of Mercy will work. Because that'll give us damage if we critically break. We have the blood sucking cracked here again. Got to be careful with that one. But I think the Spear Talisman will work, right? Because we're doing... Oh, thank you. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, the Spear Talisman will work here because I think this is capable of... Yep, it's capable of pierce damage. That's cool. All right, so let's adjust our stats here. How much dexterity we need? 13, so that's not much. Well, we'll find out in a second here. We're going to run this... Oh, sorry. It's all right. You guys can hang with me for as long as you want to hang with me. I'm just going to be chilling, making builds. All right, so we need some endurance for this one. 13 dexterity. Go to 60 strength. I love strength because you could do buffs with faith. Thanks, Alex. And then you could still end up with extra stats. Strength is one of the easiest ones to do because of the two-handed bonus for most part. All right, so I think we're set up good here. Yeah, I figured the Spear Talisman would be good here. We'll take on something, maybe something with armor, the Tree Sentinels or something. Let's see if this is a poise breaking machine. These have decent poise, so it could be interesting seeing how this one comes out. All right, so we're gonna move on here, and we're gonna fight the Tree Sentinels. And this is a pretty cool setup we got going on here. And we're going to see how much damage this does with Impaling Thrust. Thanks everybody that's tuning in though. By the way, guys, it's awesome. I love seeing you guys like more like in person. I know I don't have a camera yet, but still, it's pretty awesome. All right, so we didn't get, this is Journey 4. There's the Poise Break. All right, so. Wow, this is just, that's just, hold on. No way you're going up, yeah. That's like that's not just a poise breaking machine. It's just honestly really reliable and really powerful. And I love it, honestly. Let's see what a charged hit does, a two-handed charge hit. After the break. It's similar. A little, I think it actually did a little bit more. Yeah, it's really, really, really cool. That one definitely can shred. No question. This one can definitely make a solid list. This is the heavy Claymore plus 25. We're using any seal for buffs. We have the Knights Cavalry set here. Chart of Alexander. I like the Tree's Favor plus 2 in this spot. I know I only have 1,000 HP. I'm paying attention this time. Blade of Mercy Talisman, Spear Talisman. It does do pierce damage, and then the Green Burst Crystal to your Bloodsucking correct here. So this ended up being a really cool build. I like the way this one turned out. It's pretty fun overall. Does anybody have another build request? Because I would love to look through different weapons. I have other ones in mind if you guys don't have any that I'm doing for Ash of War plus R2 plus Ash of War. Crazy damage. Oh yeah, that's almost that's basically a combo right there. I didn't even realize the Claymore had. Thank you for that, by the way. That's sick. If you look at this, it comes out faster afterwards. The last hit, the third one, going back to the Ash doesn't speed it up. But that 2 combo right there, yeah, that's a kind of like a little bit of a unique, cool combo. That's actually awesome. I probably should have spammed that when I was using it. Anything lightning? Let's do something lightning. Lightning sounds fun. Once again, I'm losing HP. All right, so let's see if we have Mesmer Soldier Spear. We should have everything. I think I set everything up ahead of time. Spears? Did I go past spears? No, I didn't. Right here. There we go. Oh, cool. Yeah. I like the Darth Maul look. Oh, you were talking about just regular R2? Yeah, it's still combos, which is cool. So this one's going to be Lightning Affinity we're going to go for. That's kind of interesting. I don't think I've done Lightning Affinity with this one. I don't know what Ash of War to make. Could turn it into something fun, honestly. So we're going to keep the Shard for now. I probably could have kept the Spear Talisman because we're going to be doing pierce damage again. All right, so this should be Lightning Affinity. We want to find something that does well with that. Blink Bolt is pretty cool, but that doesn't really... I don't see that doing well on a spear. Lightning Ram. No thanks. I probably have some Ashes of War in my item box. Yeah, I'm in the USA. That Lightning Sheep Ash of War. Is that the rolling one? That's this one, the Lightning Ram. See if we could build around this. This would be kind of fun. Yeah, that's a cool one. I think I can keep Flame Grant Me Strength. That's not really too much of a downside there. So, we did Lightning Tier, so we're gonna go with the Lightning Scorp. And then let's see. Oh, Canada's pretty cool. Probably cold there. It's been really cold here. Very cold here lately. I'm from the Northeast. And, all right, let's see. For the last talisman, another talisman. I don't know if this is... I'm going to have to figure out if this can hit successively or not. Or anything with the ash.
Now
So I think this is 19 and 16 in terms of stats that we need. I think it's 19, 16. So 19, 16, but we're going to need more dexterity. Yeah, I'm not sure, swordsman. That's what I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find that out in a second. We're gonna deep dive for that and find out. I'm gonna find out whether it does or doesn't. So I don't know if it's a multi-hit or not. Oh, I went to Stormhill Shack. I meant to go to Gatefront. Oh yeah, the Spike Club. I don't think I've ever done a build for the Spike Club. At least not yet. Yeah, the Spike Club would be a cool one to do. All right, let's see how this Ash of War looks. Wait, it makes the sheep noise? No way. I don't see how this would actually be good though. I'm just gonna be honest here. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Let's find out. I feel like I would need like a. Nope. Oh. So I don't think it builds up on let's find. It's got a multi-hit, right, to build up on successive attacks. So let's rest here and try it one more time. Yeah, I might try the Spike Club soon. That would be a cool one. Spike Club would be cool to build around. I would have fun with that. All right, so everyone saw that it didn't look like a multi-hit, right? You know, it's funny thing is I'm actually holding it down and it's not doing that. It's just, this is what I get. I just get a sheep roll. That's it. I'm gonna show that off in a video soon. Drop. Yeah, that's gonna be in a video very soon. Possibly a separate video for that one. So holding it down doesn't do anything, but hitting it regular. Oh wait, hold on. You can spam it. There you go. Yeah, you were right. I just didn't know what to do. You have to hit it again. Hold on. Let's see if I could just tap this. Okay, so you have to keep hitting it. All right, this is the single most fun thing this side of Golem Fist. All right, so it's not a multi-hit. All right, guys, I'm running away. I'm running out of here. I don't want to do this right now. Wait, can I roll into all these guys? I feel like this is the first time I'm going to die at Gatefront. All right, I'm doing this. All right, so you need a lot of stamina too is the other problem. You would need more stamina if you're going to build around this. I wouldn't call it great for mob control, but anybody else seeing the success I'm seeing? I'm not actually that mad that this is this way. All right, I could make this do damage. I think my favorite boss overall is still probably the dragons, Baal and Placidusa. I know that's not like too unique, but I think for me those two particular bosses are awesome. Like I just love dragon bosses that are actually done well. The other one, there's too many of them that you end up hitting people, like, sorry, not hitting people, hitting dragons in the feet over and over again. So aside from those ones, I would say that, yeah, definitely those two. I love the two dragons. Mesmer is up there for me too, though. Mesmer's incredible. He's an incredible boss fight. That was really done quite well. All right, so what can we do else-wise rolling? I'm not sure. Listen's prosthesis just gives you added dex at this point. It's not going to hit more than once. So it's not going to do much in that regard. Can add some dex though, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And let's try to turn this into a build. Let's see what we can fight and take on. I'll go fight the magma worm because that would be kind of funny. I feel like rolling around the magma worm would be great. We could try Thunderbolt. Do you want it on this weapon or a different weapon? Moog's a good fight too, yeah. Moog's awesome. Moog's pretty sweet. It's a pretty cool fight overall. I do enjoy phase 2. I think phase 2 for him is actually fairly difficult. I think just a lot of us are used to cheesing it with bleed before he gets to phase 2. So, yeah, we make it a little bit easy. All right. Sorry, guys. I got to do this one more time. Ah, come on. He was more than one hit with that. Yeah, not the most potent Ash of War, but let's take on this Magma Worm and see what it does. See if it can make my list or not. Yeah, the Spear's got a lot. Oh, the Briar set buffs this? Oh, because it's a rolling, do I have the... I don't think I have all of the set. I'd have to go buy it. I'll just wear his helm for now. All right, let's go adventure through the cave. Question for the people watching. What's your favorite like side boss, like non-important side boss? Maybe you like repeated boss. I'm curious as to what you guys think in terms of for me, I'd probably say it's like the tree sentinels or the draconic tree sentinels, just because they're so difficult. They're very difficult and they give you a challenge no matter what. So that's cool. Yeah, for the ram attack. I figured that. Yeah. It's probably really cool if I had the whole set, but I'm just going to run this at this point. I don't even think I can leave this cave, so... unless I go out the other end there. Oh, yeah, not Gods Can Do. I agree with that, 100%. They're way too repeated, and... does anybody remember the original Godskin Duo fight? Like, I'm talking launch Godskin Duo before they had one sit in the back. It was like the worst thing ever if you didn't use sleeping pods. Both of them would literally be on top of you, like poking you at the same time. It was just absolutely wild. Totally ridiculous. Okay. All right, problem is you need a lot of stamina for this. Ooh, he hit me with that. I knew he was going to hit me with that. All right, that's easy there. All right, you go roll. It's not the most potent thing in the world, but it's kind of fun, I guess. Does anybody else hate when he does this move? Yeah, I had to cheese it too at first because it was terrible. It was honestly awful the first time. I couldn't stand it, to be honest. Oh man, he's gonna do that again. All right. I don't know, guys. So far, the Claymore is the only one I think that's gonna make a list. We're gonna try Thunderbolt though. That could be really good. Nope. Is it fun though? It was fun. It was fun doing that. I turned it into a build that actually worked. All right, so we got Mesmer Soldier, Lightning Spear plus 25. Got any seal here. And the Briar set, as somebody mentioned, will actually boost all the damage on this. Shard of Alexander, Lightning Scorp. We got the two-handed sword talisman. I was going to use regular hits. I didn't. Maleficent's Prosthesis. No successive attacks, but added dex. Lightning Tear, Bloodsucking Crack Tear, so that's cool. All right, yeah, the spear is pretty cool overall. It's going to give us a lot of variety. We don't have to change anything whatsoever. Let's find something... What's something that's not too challenging? Because I already know Thunderbolt is really good. So let's find something that's not too ridiculous, and we'll try to run this with Thunderbolt. I might take on these two side boss dragons here. Because they respawn, and I could just do Thunderbolt. I kind of know how to build around Thunderbolt already, too. What's your guys' favorite Ash of War? Like, what do you guys use the most? Alright, we're already, like, set up for this. Me too. I completely agree with that drop. I think we all wish we could play it again for the first time. For sure. Alright, 1 second here. Alright. Oh, I forgot this. Would this have boosted that last one? Ah, that was my bad. I forgot this existed. Is that a dash? Does that count as a dash attack? Does anybody know? After rolling or backstepping, these two could have been really good. I'm almost inclined to do the rolling one again, but I might redo that one. And yeah, me too. Which knights are we talking about, Sean? And Smithscript Greathammer. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome one. Awesome. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Want to be able to boost that. I think that dashing stuff that I was showing off would have worked. But for us, it's not going to matter right now. We're gonna use regular hits with this one too, because there's really only 2 things that I can do to boost this. So this one I kind of already know how to build around in a good way. So let's try to run it this way. And now we have Thunderbolt. Let's see how much damage we can get with this. Now, Flame Great Restraint's not going to boost us much, only the physical damage component, so. Oh, yeah, the Sentinels are brutal. The second Sentinel fight is incredibly tough. So, very, very, very difficult overall. No question about it, so. And the second here, we're going to be buffing and whatnot. Yeah, Bandit curved swords. Very good. Okay, dragon. Time to fight some dragons. I love the spam ability of Thunderbolt. I think the spam ability of Thunderbolt is incredible. All right, that actually worked out pretty well. I'm happy with that. I would take that one. Let's see what the regular hits on the weapon do, because I'm curious as to whether or not this could probably be a poise breaking machine too. I knew he was going to do that. That was the worst move he could do. Any other move, I would have been able to dodge. All right, buddy. For anybody what wants to test stuff, this is one of the coolest spots to test. I want to see. Damn. Hit me again. I wanted to see if I could poise break him. I was getting a good amount of damage on him. Alright, that probably would have broken him had he not gone down. But overall, that was a really cool one for Thunderbolt. Mesper Soldier Spear plus 25 with Thunderbolt. Any seal again. Completely random armor set on. We have 54 poise. Chart of Alexander. Now I feel like I'm making a regular video. Lightning Scorpion Charm. Spirit Talisman. Two-handed sword talisman, and then the lightning tier and the blood sucking crack tier that everybody wants to try out. That one, that was really cool. So the bandit curved swords and lightning is really cool. How many runs do I think I've done? Hundreds. I've done at least 110 on Xbox. So majority on New Game Plus 7. Before I had a PC and I was able to like use, you know, of course, like save files and stuff. Once you have PC, I had to run through everything like manually pretty much the entire time. So. Yeah, it was pretty brutal, to be honest. Back then, it was pretty tough, but yeah, lots of times. All right, so what did we have? We had a couple of people asking. Smithscript Greathammer was one I saw, and then I saw somebody asked about the Bandit curved swords to Smithscript Greathammer. I think we'll try next. The Smithscript weapons are really fun to use. They're an absolute blast. This is the Greathammer right here, right? All right, so this is the one that gets boosted by the smithing talisman. So that's cool. And then we can pick an affinity and whatnot. Change our armor to something, I don't know, something else. I didn't grab too many armors from our glorious merchant friend because I was just kind of picking random armors. I kind of want something cooler than that. That looks 3 Sentinel set, maybe. I'm gonna be over equipment load probably. It's kind of weird looking. I think that goes better like that. All right, so 3 years ago, and then you're coming back. Oh yeah, it's awesome. I'm glad you're coming back. That's great. It's an amazing game. Favorite game of all time. The black gargoyle from Kaled. Yeah, I'm gonna fight that at some point. I don't know if I'm gonna do it with the Smithscript Greathammer. We might actually take that gargoyle on with the bandit one that somebody suggested. Smithscript daggers. I don't like them. I think my problem with the Smithscript daggers is like the AR on them is just hilariously low, and I have no idea why that is. They're very, very, very low, and yeah, I'm not sure why they're built that way. Am I over equipment load? No, I'm not. Yeah, they're not the most potent weapons. All right, so we're gonna boost charge hits. Then we gotta pick a you can pick an Ash of War for this one. Even we're gonna probably end up throwing it most of the time, but I already did Eruption with this recently, so I want to do something cool. Yes, it's true that they're making a movie. Yes, they're making an Elden Ring movie, and it's I think they actually got a decent director for it. I forget who the director was, but it was somebody that I knew who had directed several other major movies before. So it should turn out well. And I wouldn't be surprised if they got George R.R. Martin like in the actual movie making process too. That would be smart of them to do that because he already had experience like with Game of Thrones. So, all right, so let's go. What do you think we should do? Lion's Claw, Earthshaker. I don't know. This is a tough decision here. Beast War is not that great. Gravitas. We could try it in Cold Affinity. I'm actually curious how this does in Cold Affinity. Oh, this can do Prelate's Charge. Let's do Prelate's Charge. All right, so what's its base Look at the difference between the base damage in Fire and Flame Art. I mean, you get a C in Strength Scaling. You go here and you get a C in Fate Scaling. And look at the base damage difference. If I'm doing the math right, there's 80 more. Wow. It's almost always better to go Faith. All right, yeah, let's try this. Might have to use the Fire Scorpion Charm then. All right, so interesting fact here, if you guys didn't know this. This is actually an interesting one. Golden Land Ashavor, yeah, I can do that one too. Ice Spear is amazing. Divine Beast Frost Stomp. I think I just did that one in my latest video with an axe. It was pretty cool. For those that haven't checked out the video today, make sure you check out the video today. That was another good one. Thank you guys for the build request again. It was awesome. Has been awesome. But I was going to say, interesting fact about the Smithscript weapons, that's pretty cool, is the intelligence scaling on it, for some reason, tends to actually increase the throwing damage. I tested that. I guess that's part of why it has intelligence scaling. So that's pretty cool overall. We don't need much FP. There's pretty good stats here. 724 AR. I'll take that any day of the week. Yeah, so it's gonna boost that. So when you up your intelligence, if you're at a really high level, it's actually a cool look. Yeah, it's gonna end up allowing you to get a little bit more throwing damage if you up your intelligence. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's see who we want to fight with Prelate's Charge. This could be the first time I die. We're gonna head towards the Gargoyle's direction. We're gonna take on this this tree avatar that's here and see how much damage we can get, which I'm looking forward to. I did want to mention one other thing too. If you guys stop in at all, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I love that you guys are subbing and everything. It's been awesome. I've had a lot more subs the past like month or two, so I appreciate that. It's been incredible lately. It picked up a lot since Christmas. Everybody seemed to just hop back on after Christmas, which was cool. I think the holiday gets us in the mood to like play our favorite games again. So let's see. Be taking on this tree avatar in a second. Get to it and fight it. I start with Prelate's Charge. Not sure how this works. Okay. He could be pretty hard to take on with. Oh. He hit me kind of hard there. Oh. Well, if I was on New Game Plus 7, he would have taken me out. All right, we're going to have to do some throwing abilities here. I'm unhappy with that. Oh, he took me out. That has such a long animation. The animation on that is forever. I forgot that the daggers and the other weapons are so much closer, man. They're so much closer. That's a shame. Yeah, I'm the same way, Sean. I feel like I just get addicted to Elden Ring and can't stop playing it. So Prelate's Charge I should have practiced first because I haven't used it in a long time. That was my mistake. I didn't know. I could have gotten it started and got a way head jump on him, and I wasn't able to do that because instead I managed to just do the throwing animation, which takes like an hour. All right, so how long does this throwing animation? I forget how long it actually takes. Like, how long till like? Wow, that's a long time till you can roll. Wow, that's something. Yeah, it's the best game of all time, Peachy Pie. Absolutely, unequivocally, it's my favorite for sure. I don't even know how many runes I lost. I don't think it matters though. Oh, that doesn't do a lot of damage. It really does damage that they sit in it. All right, here we go. We're gonna have a problem again here. Interestingly enough, I thought he would have posture broke from that. Huh. That's interesting. All right, there we go. Ah, there it is. Oh no. That one wasn't bad, but yeah, I know. It was fire against the rotten tree. I remember that Prelates doesn't do a lot of damage, unfortunately. It's not a very powerful Ash of War, and that throwing ability, the roll time out of that is pretty rough. It's cool looking, but the main part of the damage is going to be the fire damage that's on the ground. I believe it can build up on successive hits, but there's only a few bosses with low poise like Millennia that you could use it on. Every other boss in the game probably going to beat you. Yeah, the weapon itself does more damage. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was a little bit disappointing there overall. I wasn't too happy with Prelates. I didn't even go through the equipment on that one, but yeah, that's it right there if anybody wants to see it. But yeah, you can build up on successive hits if you really wanted to. Maybe I'll work on buffing that one up and trying to like optimize it for a future video and see if I can come up with something cool. Maybe take on Millennia. All right, so Dragon's gonna wake up here. Somebody wanted me to try the Lightning Bandit curved swords, and what else was here? There was other stuff here as well, right? Any other build requests that you guys have, just feel free to post. So we're gonna grab this Grace. We're gonna ignore this Dragon entirely. All right, so we are going to go to the bandits. Let's find them. Beautiful weapons. By the way, for anybody wondering, the Bandit curved swords have the highest AR in the game at max level in Blood Affinity. If you're looking for the best bleed build at max level, it's always going to be the Bandit curved swords. Beats any twin blade or curved sword in Blood Affinity. So it has the highest AR, and it's probably because it's partially a quality weapon. Let's see here. Let's see, any of this will do. I want to have more armor. All right, this is a really fun one. So we're going to take on the Gargoyle to get this set up. I think you guys are going to love this one because I've done similar builds like this in the past. It's going to be powerful. Everybody remember the first time they went out to Caelid? Like the first time going out to Caelid, I think I was like, I don't know, level 20 or something, and I was just getting beat by everything, and I would just fight everything. Oh yeah, they're incredibly OP. Yep, absolutely. They're ridiculous. They're so powerful. Wait till you see this build on the Gargoyle. This is gonna shred them once we get this optimized. The only thing I don't like is, like, I feel like I get more damage with Hal because I'm only boosting the physical part with Flame Grip and Strength, but Hal is such a higher requirement, so. Oh, good night, Alex. I appreciate you stopping by. I will catch you in my next video for sure. All right, so we grab that Grace there, and let's build around this. All right, so we're gonna do. I just wandered that way, and suddenly nothing caused damage. Later. Yeah. Yeah, they pretty much they destroy you early on. It's like we're no match at the beginning for sure. Caelid is just brutal the first time. Why do I not have Lightning Slash here? All right, so I think there is a chest problem where I probably have. Huh. Where's Ashes? Huh. Did I not grab Lightning Slash? Let's find out. We'll go back to our merchant friend. And we're going to make a really powerful Bandit Curve Sword build, which I can't wait to do. This guy's really convenient if you're on PC. Super helpful. Let's see if it goes to the box. Didn't put me over the limit. Lightning Slash is probably the way to go. I think this is going to give us really good AR if we come up with something awesome. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Great. Hell yeah. And we can boost lightning damage as well. We need the right stats, though, for sure. Oh, yeah, it is. Yep, see you soon, Alex. Oh, yeah, Lucy one, yeah, it's honestly awesome how the whole, like, it completely changes when you walk out there. It's so cool. I love Kaled. I think it's a blast. All right, lightning attack. We can build up on successive hits, though. So this is a tough one to make a selling point here. We don't need the shard. I think I'm just not going to use the Ash of War because this is going to give us more damage. For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we can shred this gargoyle. I think we can. All right. We don't need... anytime you're doing a weapon buff thing, you don't really need a lot of mind. Don't know how much strength we need. I mean, could go for Howl and get more damage. Let's see how much room we have. Don't really need... Let's try Howl. Howl Shaburi. Because we're gonna be at over 700 AR in each. So knowing that, once we have the buff, I'd rather use Howl. Because this is a good one for damage. Alright, let's try it out. I don't remember that glitch. I don't know if I ran into that one or not. I'm not sure. I might have. I don't think I remember that one, though. That would have been pretty rough, though, to be honest. Alright, so this is an interesting one because what you have to do, and everyone always asks me about these ones, like, you have to make sure you switch to the one hand and then go back to your other hand to activate this one. Have to activate the offhand one first. Oops, that was a mistake. Oh. Alright, it doesn't matter. Okay, everyone happy with that? I knew that one would do well. I wasn't even worried about the gargoyle there. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, this is a pretty cool one. Yeah, that's going to give you like 700 AR on each of these when they're lit up. So we got 2 Bandit Curve Swords, Lightning Slash on each one, Lightning Affinity. We're using the Tree Sentinel set and the Raptor's Black Feathers. We have Melissen's Prosthesis, yeah. Ball Talisman. And then we have the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, Lightning Squirt, and then the Lightning Tear, Bloodsucking Crack Tear. That was a cool one overall. Yeah, that was definitely super cool. All right, so now we're going to go back to our merchant friend and figure out our next build. Let's see build-wise what we can do. I have a whole bunch of build requests still to do. Magma Blades are cool. I just covered them recently, though. Let's see what other weapons there are. Oh, the Watchdog's Greatsword. Somebody asked me to do a build for this. This is a pretty cool one, I guess. I have... Nope, that's not a good looking armor set. We're gonna have to go to, a lighter equipment load here, for sure. Of course, that gives me 50 poise. Did anybody use the Watchdog's Greatsword? It's a pretty cool greatsword. I think it takes a backseat to Guts, but pretty cool overall. It has some unique aspects to it. The problem is that the base damage isn't that good. So that's the main issue with the weapon itself. But like if you look at it, cold affinity, A in strength scaling, flame art, it's a bigger weapon. It gets a B in faith, which is pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of examples that you could use. I think this actually gets a B in lightning affinity. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, a B in dex and lightning affinity for a greatsword. It has some pretty unique scaling overall. It just doesn't have the base damage that Guts has, so it has a hard time keeping up with that. But overall, it's definitely an impressive weapon for sure, and a fun one nonetheless. Yeah, I have, and I might do the Convergence mod for a live stream for sure. I think that'd be really fun. I love Convergence. I think it's a really good time. I haven't played it in like a year, but the time I spent with it, I really enjoyed it. Do we have an S in strengths? Wait, hold on. That can't be right. That's heavy affinity, right? Oh, it gets an S in heavy. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. What to do with the Watchdog's Greatsword here? If somebody wanted to build for this one, but I want to come up. You can put Giant Hunt on this too, which is cool. Gravitas is pretty cool. Let's see what it gets in magic affinity. B as well. This has some of the best like scaling for any greatsword I've seen in my life. Yeah, Stormblade on the Iron Greatsword is excellent. Awesome, honestly. Super, super fun to use. All right, so for this one, I think we would probably be best off going with something that has like faith scaling. I don't want to do too much that I've worked with like before though. So let's try a Sacred Affinity Watchdog's Greatsword with this DLC Ash of War for the fun of it. We do need the right stats though, and we got to make sure we have enough for equipment load. Oh, Lucy, when you deleted Elden Ring, you meant? Shard's gonna be great here. 15% more attack power for skills. That's gonna be great for our skill. We want the Sacred Scorpion Charm. We're doing holy damage, so it's pretty straightforward with that one. And Paul Talisman's a cool addition too, and a Sword Talisman might be all right. This works too, because this actually is a poise breaking machine, usually. I don't know how well this will do. Did I really? I have 50 poise. It doesn't matter. We need more equipment load, though. We definitely need more equipment load. Yeah, I've never deleted Elden Ring. I don't think I can. I don't think I can delete Elden Ring. I am looking forward to the Lords of the Fallen that comes out later this year, though. That I'm really looking forward to that. I might do a review of 2.5 soon, because I've been playing Lords of the Fallen a little bit again. I just don't know how many people are playing that one currently. It might be a little bit before people hop back on and check out the new one soon. It's going to be awesome. So we don't need Dex, I guess, a lot for this. We can use Flame Grant Me Strength, but Howl would be good. Oh, yeah, we have Faith scaling. I don't know what the minimum requirements are on the weapon. I guess it's 30 Strength, so we're Strength Faith built. Yeah, decent. I'm okay with this. 837 is pretty good. Oh, yeah. I'm the same way for the most part. I mean, I remember when Night Rain came out, and I was like, I'm going to be gone for, like, weeks. And my views in the beginning were decent for Night Rain, but I just came back to Elden Ring anyway because the community was better overall, and I had more fun that way. I'm not saying I won't eventually live stream Elden Ring Night Rain, like I probably will, but it's just, Elden Ring is so much better. I don't even think you can compare the two. It's definitely be difficult to compare those two. Let's see if this magma worm's here. Oh yeah, it's completely different. It's an entirely new game. That's why I'm going to review it. If anybody wants to see me review 2.5 for Lords of the Fallen, let me know. I could do that because I really have a fun time with that game, and I actually know how to do a couple builds and stuff for that game as well. I had a good amount of time, so I beat it, I think, 5 or 6 times. So not Elden Ring levels, but still pretty good. So I think the summon thing came up, so I'm assuming he's here. I think he is. Yeah, it's much better than it used to be, Pharaoh, for sure. And Elden Ring is amazing. Lords of the Fallen, though, I could live stream that when it comes out too. I don't know if there's a date or time for that yet, though. That one yet. All right, let's get out of his way. This can normally break bosses and whatnot. The only issue with this one is he. All right, I don't know why that didn't break him. Oh no. Oh, I missed him. Avoided that entirely. All right, so it does decent damage. Problem is, I have to be like airborne the entire time. I was happy with that one overall. I think that came out well. I'm cool with that one. That was a fun one. So that's the Watchdog's Greatsword, which gets a B in Fate Scaling and Sacred Affinity. And we were using aspects of the Crucible Wings. You probably want like something more faith-based, like the Erdtree Seal here. And then I had 50 poise. I needed more poise, but I think he still would have knocked me out of the air, regardless. And then you can check out the talismans we used for this one here. And if anyone wants to check out any of these builds, I'm going to leave it as a VOD afterwards, so you could just go to them, any of the builds that we end up doing, and go from there. All right, that's a pretty cool weapon, though. I mean, if you put Sacred Blade on it, even at level 150, I'd have over 900 AR. It just doesn't have the guts base damage. Anybody want to see any other weapons? I still have a few I can go through, for sure. Any other cool weapons that we can kind of put something together for? Lord Sworn's Greatsword. I don't think I did anything for that. The Coated Sword somebody asked me about recently. Noble Double Spear Frost Affinity. Okay, that's cool. Let's try that. Frost Affinity for both. What spear do we think would be good for this one? Let's find out. I was actually considering doing the Naginata. I have 2 of these. I don't know. I could run 2 different spears. You get a little bit of bleed build up too. Poison Sweethander. The word that I still can't say after all this time. All right, we're doing dual frost here. Let's see. This is going to be like a Spirit Talisman type of build, right? So we're going to go with the Spirit Talisman. We're doing pierce damage. So apparently slash damage as well on these ones. I'm not sure if that's on the charge hit, running charge, light hit. I'll have to check. Final chain of attack. We're not doing two-hand sword talisman. I think we can build up on successive hits for this one though, which is pretty cool. So we should be able to do that. And we're gonna go Frost Affinity. So yeah, it is. The Swift Spear is really fun to use. The AR on it is a little bit low. That's the only downside. It's really fun. It's a very, very, very fun one though. That I enjoy personally. But yeah, its AR is just a little bit low. Maybe we'll do one with Chilling Mist and one with Ice Spear. That sounds pretty cool, to be honest. I think that would be fun. I think that could end up being fun. Let's try to do that. Then I need the shard though. That's the only thing. Because it's a mixed build. All right, they're in the right hand too. This could work out well. All right, let's get back to 51 poise though. Let's get back to it. Yeah, we have enough. We have enough room for sure. Hello, everybody new that just hopped in. If you have any build requests, comment them or just throw them in chat because we're just rolling here. It's been fun. All right, so mind, decent amount of endurance. We do have a decent equipment load. I hope I end up not being over. I don't know what the strength requirement on these is. Shoot. Okay, so 20 strength will get me there. I hope. We're in cold affinity, so this is... I got some awkward stats now. Uh, let's see. I could try to run it this way. I don't really need Howl, though. Try it.
Thou art now
The Twin Blade Talisman? Hold on. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that would work well if we finish the chain attacks. Let's see how this goes first. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish. I'm not really great with spears. Oh. Deal there. And we went up with enough, like, buff-wise. So we got a good amount buff-wise. I'm honestly... yeah, I was going to use the shard because I have a mixed build. I don't know if you noticed. I put Chilling Mist on one and I put Ice Spear on the other so I could use that. That way I have a ranged option in using it. If you want, I could just do 2 Chilling Mists, but that's like a little bit... It's like really straightforward. I don't know if, like... Yeah, I'm not the best with the regular spear moveset. That's all I'm saying. But, I do enjoy spears. They're fun. But the moveset can be difficult for sure. Let's find a boss. I think there's one over here we can take on. We're gonna head to the DLC soon to take on more challenging bosses. Hopefully. Rolana always gives me a hard time. He's difficult. And as far as the Nagi Nadas go, yeah, they do shred for sure. I think we got good AR. Not a lot of magic damage though. A good amount of frost damage. I'm gonna start with trying the dual move set. I think the most fun spear for me is the Naginata. But oh, this boss is already gone, my bad. And now I can't get out of here. Thought this guy was still here. I guess I took him on at some point. I'm gonna have to find a boss. Might have to go to the dragon. Take on the dragon. Sights are really cool. They just got a weird moveset. So, yeah, they got a strange moveset. It's not for everybody. I don't know who sees me at this point. This is getting interesting. Thought this boss was still here. I don't remember taking him on, but it is what it is. Okay, let's get out of there, and then we're gonna find a boss to take on, something challenging. Oh yeah, he's still in there too. There's a dragon out there as well, that we could take on. How about the commander? Let's go down to the commander. Commander's one that we could take. Yeah, I'm gonna fight him for sure, probably. Although that's also one of my worst boss fights. Does anybody else have a hard time with Beast Clergyman more so than Malakath? I don't know if I'm the only one, but I always have a hard time with him for some reason. Why is there a grace and then another grace right there? It doesn't make sense. It's just like right next to the other one. All right, there we go. Commander's going to be right over here. We're going to try out this build and see how much damage we can do with spears. So if you go through these little post things that are on the side, you get an invasion by default. So I'm going to try to avoid that and go on the inner path to him and grab the grace that's on the side of him, just in case we die. Yeah, same here. Yeah, he kills me all the time because all of his attacks come out quick, and then he does that thing where he just jumps back. He jumps back like a mile, and you're just stuck there like, yeah, okay, what do I do now? And he does that to me so often. And then Malakath, by the time you get to him, has like no HP. He doesn't have a ton of HP. He's easy to take down. That's a fight that just has to be quick with Malakath. You have to be fast. Quicker you are, better that second half goes. The first part of the fight is worse. At least in my opinion. Alright, let's see how much damage we can do with spears. Spears are fun. On the buffing here, we're gonna do some hits on him for sure. Alright. And then we have Ice Spear if we need to back off. I've done archery builds, not too many though. Okay, so I forgot for the Naginata, you need a lot of stamina, I just realized. So that's pretty crazy, to be honest, the amount of stamina you probably need. Bye-bye. This build actually turned out really good. I'm happy with this one. That one was awesome. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, this one was cool. Yeah, good game for sure. That was definitely, this was one that could make a video. So we have one with Ice Spear and the other Naginata with Chilling Mist. We're using any seal. Again, the seal you're using doesn't matter for buffs. So for anybody learning anything with this, Spear Talisman, Bottom Ring Sword Insignia, Shard of Alexander, Magic Scorpion Charm, we're boosting magic damage here, magic tier, Blood Sucking Crack tier. Overall, I was really happy with that one. That one came out really well. Cool stuff. Well, let's go on to the next build and see what we could do. See if anybody else. He builds in here. The Poison Sweehander, that's an interesting one. I actually want to do this. This sounds pretty cool, to be honest. I never used this in Poison Affinity. I don't know what boss to take on, but it sounds cool. All right, let's see if we can find our weapon. Oh, the Flamberge is really cool too. I haven't covered that much. That's a fun one as well. Oh, I love this is plus 24 because this is one that I had and not one that I bought from the merchant. Nope. Buffs are a flat amount. Like Howl is a flat percentage. I think it's 25 or 35. I can't remember off the top of my head. Flame Grant Strength is 20% fire and physical. Golden Vow is 15% attack and defense. They unfortunately they don't change with Seal. I wish they did. The only one that changes with Seal is if you're using a healing incantation, that will be boosted by the Erdtree Seal. The Erdtree Seal will actually increase the time that you get of healing, which is pretty cool. So for Poison Affinity, this one, I think charge attacks would be a good idea. We got to find a cool Ash of War, though. We're running Poison Affinity. Let's see. This could be fun, running Rotten Poison with this. I might want to do this. Dex B, Strength C, though, and Arcane. That's a lot. Poison Affinity, that's not going to change, though. And Flame Grip Strength's fine for this one, because we're doing physical damage. Yeah, it's in the DLC. It's one of the giants drops it. It's kind of a pain to get to, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna use the Mushroom Crown. I know it boosts the damage, it's kind of goofy. I mean, you can add it, and it absolutely will help for sure, but I'm not a Mushroom Crown guy, unless I'm doing like a ton of buffs. Alright, so we do have an Ash of War, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. Let's see. Might be able to run that here. Right, we gotta find the right stats for it. It gets a lot of poison buildup. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna go... We want to go for a good amount of vigor. I try to do that for every build that I do. And we don't need a lot of mind for this specific Ash of War. We're good on endurance. We already saw that. This is where it gets hairy with Dex and... yeah, do buffs as well. This is gonna get a little bit... stringent. We're a little too tight stat wise here. When we two-hand strength wise, we'd be up more. I think we'd get more from strength possibly. Yeah, because we can two-hand it, which will give us more damage. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, that would be better for sure. Yeah, let's do that, because that way when we two-hand, we'll have 45 strength. So we'll probably have about 550 AR and a good amount of poison buildup. Alright, so, and we're doing, I have heavy equipment mode now. We can get rid of that, though, easily. Alright, and we have the Kindred Rot's Exaltation, which is going to be perfect for this, and two-handing this is going to give us good AR. Let's figure out what other bosses we have. There is the dragon that's down here, but I'd be mostly attacking feet, which sounds okay, but it doesn't sound like the best thing in the world. So, let's see. A lot of dragons left on this map. There's one too many dragons that are here. That's for sure. We got the DLC, too. Trying to think of what's left in the DLC. This is actually pretty early into the DLC. Let's see if the Solitude guy is there. That'd be fun. That guy's tough. Anybody remember the first time they fought the Solitude guy in like the first time running through DLC? He absolutely kicked my ass. Like, yeah. Like he destroyed me like the first time I went in there, and there was like no way I was even comfortable. And then I had to get like all the, oh, still saying this wrong, but it's probably the Shadow Tree, I guess is what it's called, fragments or whatever, and then come back. Shadow Tree fragments, I guess they're supposed to be. It's the guy with the crossbow thing. He's here, yeah. He's pretty tough. I could die a couple times in this fight. It's gonna be a testament to this build because he's actually, funny enough, he's fairly resistant against most status effects. Now, I don't think that has anything to do with the armor that he wears, because I didn't notice anything, you know, specific there that, you know, changes anything really. But his status effect for him, like when he wears the armor, is insane. Okay, that was cool. I'll take that any day of the week. Oh! We need to get him poisoned is the issue. Are you going to use your Ash of War? There we go. I feel like I'm playing PvP right now. Just trade. There it is. We got the poison. I'm happy with that. Oh, oh, no way. I stopped him from doing the Ash of War, but I'm running out of healing. Yeah, he's going to beat me up. Oh, you don't have a flask, buddy. Don't use your crossbow. I thought for a second he was going to use the crossbow there. No. Single worst thing he could do. Oh, come on. That was pure... that was just bad luck. Whoa. All right, we got him. Yeah, that crossbow is deadly. For sure. Absolutely. He's pretty tough, but I like this build. This was a cool build. It worked fairly well. Whoever suggested this. It's actually pretty fun. And the AR is decent. I was close. It was around 550. We didn't use the Ash of War because I forgot, and also because he's a pain to use that Ash of War on anyway. I could have got rot build up on him, but I would have gotten hit every time I used it. All right, so that's the build there for this one. Yeah, his gear is awesome. His gear is so cool, to be honest. It's one of the coolest looking armor sets. It really is. That was exciting. All right, we gotta add some more DLC fights to this. All right, so we are now going to let's see what else to do in terms of builds. I want to come up with something really powerful for Rolana, because I don't know about you guys, but I kind of struggle with her a little bit. So maybe the Flambers, that's pretty cool. We can probably build around bleed there, but that doesn't do a lot of poise damage is the problem. Let's come up with something really good on the fly. The Beastman's Cleavers are pretty fun. They're a fun weapon to use. I think I could have a lot of fun with that. Jump attacks, though, every time I make a jump attack build and I say it's fun, I always get somebody that comments that says it's not fun just because it's jumps. But I think, I don't know, fun is like, it's like subjective. Like, it could be fun for somebody. It's fun for some people. Other people it's not fun for. All right, let's see what we could do. The Gargoyle's Black Blade. Oof, that's actually tempting. I don't think I've ever built around this. This does primarily holy damage. This could be good for her. I don't think I've built around this, but it gets Spinning Slash. That's not great. Let's try this one, and if this doesn't work, we can try something else for her. So let's try this, because this is going to do holy damage. The Ash of War is kind of terrible, though. Not great. Everything else is set up pretty right. The holy tier would probably be good. Right, what's our scaling? We got a B in strength, a little bit of fate. The fate scaling's not that great.
Is it time?
Yeah, me too. I love jump attacks. See, jump attacks can be fun. I always get that comment, though. There's always at least 2 people that comment. Minimum 2. Sometimes, like, more than that, but at the minimum, there's always 2 that just comment that it's not fun because I'm doing jumps. And I'm just like, no, it could be fun. I mean, there's no reason why It could absolutely be fun if you're just doing jump attacks. Like, there's no reason why that's not fun for some people, you know? I forgot what the dexterity requirement on this weapon is. Oops. Why? Wait, you need 22 faith. Let me get this right. You need 22 faith for this weapon, but it gets a D in faith scaling. I don't even know what to say to that. You need 22 faith, but the AR, look where the AR comes from. It's all from your strength stat. That's, I don't know. Well, almost 700, I guess that's good. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Like, yeah, I read that right. It has a D, but you need the most faith. See, this is some of the stuff that I'm not sure they thought through when they were making the game. I mean, maybe they did, but it just doesn't feel like they did. All right, so we don't have that much holy damage. I don't know how good this is going to be on her. She's kind of tough. So, let's see how this goes. Anybody else like Rolana in terms of a fight, or is she, like, super difficult? For me, she's super difficult. I find her very challenging. She's a good skill test, for sure. Yeah, basically. That's a good analogy right there. Yeah, that summarizes it easily. I'm going to use, by the way, whatever I do DLC, I switch to Black Flame's Protection. You'll notice that in all my videos. And the reason for that is the high damage to DLC. Yeah. She's brutal, man. If you ever try her on New Game Plus 7, I think she's actually harder than Radahn. That's not a stretch to say that. You should definitely play DLC. Amazing. It's phenomenal. It's so much fun. I have a blast with it. All right, here's where I choke because she's legit. This is gonna be crazy. Yep. Yeah. I wasn't sure how much damage I was going to get right away. She's like Millennia, though. She will give you some space, which is cool. But not enough. All right. That does decent damage. I'm trying to get a posture break if I can. I don't know how I'm going to get a posture break if she's hitting me this hard. Yep, I died. I got to be more consistent, for sure. Oh, yeah, they're incredibly fast. That's why she shredded me there. It's really hard to get the Twin Blade charge attacks up on her if you don't have, like, any window. And her combos are, like... She has, like, an 11 combo. So it makes it really difficult for me to fight her. She's one of the harder balls. I test a lot of stuff on her because it's a good boss for me to test. If I was better at dodging Waterfell, I would test more on Millennia. But I'm terrible at that, so I do a lot of testing with Rolana just to see if a build's good. The only downside is if you're playing the base game, keep in mind she's actually almost, I believe, weak or neutral to holy damage. So if you use something holy damage related, it's going to be a lot worse in the base game, so. She's not even letting me get the Ash off. Like, she doesn't give you any windows. Yep. Yeah, she stops me immediately. I don't know if it's the poise that I have. I might have to pick a different weapon. I was pretty certain the Gargoyle's Black Blade was decent, but I didn't think it was good for DLC. Yeah, she's brutal. Might have to do something that gets me more distance between me and her. This doesn't do enough poise damage either. Wow. She's able to just shred me for the most part, and I can't even hit her. course, you know, you can do regular attacks, but that's not going to help me. I'm toast. It's all right. I didn't have enough health with the blood sucking correct here, so it's fine. I'll try it again. I'll give it another go. I think it can absolutely beat her. I just think that the poise damage is really low on the charge hits for some reason. I thought Twin Blades had better poise damage. I thought she would break at some point, but then again, she keeps interrupting me, so it's like impossible. What does this Asher Ward do? The spinning... it's not good. Not good at all. It kind of sucks, to be honest. Yeah, this is... she's definitely... she's tough. For you guys, who's the most difficult boss in the DLC for you? Is it Radahn? Everybody always says Radahn. I don't know if it's Radahn for me anymore, but it was Radahn for a long time. Yeah, she is very interruptive. All right, I see. Okay, that does not much damage. I don't know if that does additional poise damage or not. Oh, she one hit me there. God. Man. Yeah, it's still Radahn for most people. I feel like it's Radahn for a lot of people. I kind of want to like, I almost wish I didn't have the strength investment now, because I would just use Euphoria and take her down fairly easily. It's just, this one, I'm going to try this again though. But this one's not, it's just too difficult to use poise-wise. Let's see if I can get any better armor here. If I can just load up a little bit on armor. I don't know. She seems to interrupt me like immediately. She interrupts me as soon as I do anything. She pretty much interrupts me. Yeah, Radahn is brutal. He's brutal. I remember the light show before they patched it. It was terrible. It was really tough. Absolutely ridiculous in terms of how to handle that fight. It was definitely incredibly difficult. Yep. Yeah. Hard to get in attacks. And then by the time you wind that up, I'm not going to have any stamina either. Got to hit the whole thing. All right, there's poise break, but I ran out of stamina. Wow. All right, I knew she was going to do that. Oh, she killed me with no HP. Oh man, I messed up. I wasn't paying attention. Brutal. Yeah, yeah, she does. She absolutely does. She's brutal. That was bad. Yeah, I know. I went for the charge hit when I should have went for the light attack, and she was down. It was literally a win had I just went for a charge hit and said, yeah, she's got an insane amount of HP. Even on Journey 4 here, I think it's like 60,000. It's so stupid. When they did the DLC, they had to be thinking like, oh, let's just make this as ridiculous as possible. Why does this armor have weird things on its back? I don't know what that is. Uh-oh. See what hits-wise I can get in. Problem is, you want to build up poise damage, but she doesn't exactly let you. Nope. Yep. Oh, every time she turns. She turns every single time. Oh, I didn't think that was going to hit me. Yep, I knew she was going to take me out that time. Yeah, same here. Black Flame's protection is one of the best things that you can use. Armor Wings is based on the Polished Astrum Knights, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, as far as Black Flame's protection, it's like mandatory for DLC for me. It's mandatory at this point. So, all right, I'm like locked on the try. I know you can make a decent build for this weapon. Is there something I'm missing here? It doesn't do a lot of holy damage. I wonder if I should be changing this. I'm gonna change my build here. I think I can make this build better. A lot better. More damaging. I think I need to start nixing the holy damage here. If I can get rid of some of this holy damage, I honestly, I think I could, if I get rid of some of this holy damage, I can probably be in a position where I can, I don't have the Sacred Scorpion Charm, so I'm not going to take extra damage, and I can build up on successive regular hits, which is cool. I think I'd be experienced at fighting her with the number of times she's been in my videos, but yeah, she's still tough for me, so. I thought that was the one move where she goes forward. There it is. Yeah, she's brutal. Let's see what you got here. Wow, she jumped at that. 2 in a row. Same move. Problem is, she spins. Okay, phase. You should be phase transitioning now. Okay, break. I was like, no way. Like, there's no way she's not gonna break. Like, come on. All right, so this is a pretty cool weapon overall. I like this one. I think this is a fun weapon. I think you could, this is just totally like proof that you can build around anything. I mean, you can build around literally anything in this game and make it work. So anybody that wants to check out the Gargoyle's Black Blade, +10. Any seal, we're running 60 poise. Rotten Wing Sword Insignia was way better. 2-handed Sword Talisman. I like this setup better. Axe Talisman. Malicious Prosthesis, because those charge hits could build up on successive attack damage. And then the Spike correct here and Bloodsucking correct here. Me too, yeah. Her phase 2 is awesome. For sure. But overall, that was a pretty cool one. I like that one. I enjoyed that thoroughly. We have a bear to fight now. We also have Divine Beast. We could do a couple more builds before I'm gonna hang out for a little bit more for sure. If you guys in the future want to see me stream, like do more build requests like this and stuff over stream, let me know that too, so I know. All right, let's see what weapon we do next. I think I want to fight that Rune Bear next as a little bit of a break from after fighting Rolana. It's easier. I think I got better at fighting the Rune Bears from Night Rain. Night Rain got me Rune Bear prepared. All right, guys, what weapon should we take on the Rune Bear with? What weapon should we end up picking for the Rune Bear? Something really powerful, something potent that could take him down quickly. Maybe something that we could buff. Oh, thank you, Sean. Yeah, I try to keep it calm and relaxed, and I try to make it like you know, that anybody can enjoy it, you know, type of thing. I think that's how I've done most of my content, and hopefully it's worked out that way. Spike Club. Didn't we talk about the Spike Club earlier? Spike Club might be all right. Does this do a lot of poise damage? The Giant Crusher. Yeah, the Giant Crusher would be fun. Who can we do the Giant Crusher on? It'd be good for the bear, I guess. Problem is equipment load, but I should have Greatjar's Arsenal. All right, let's see. Great jars is right here. So, and yeah, we have no armor on though. Problem with this is you always end up with a high equipment load. This works. I don't think I'm going to get to 51 points. Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I can get close, but I'm going to have to change my stats. I might be able to get there. Something a little slower for the Giant Crusher. Yeah. Oh, the Spike Club I'm going to do after this one, for sure. We're going to do the Spike Club after this one. All right, so we're going to go with the Giant Crusher here. And I don't want to do Royal Knight's Resolve because I've done that so many times. Orlu's Earthshaker sounds pretty cool, but I don't know how well that's going to do against the bear. Let's see. Go over which Ash of War to use here. Let's see. So we could try. I've done Eruption a lot. Eruption sounds kind of fun on the Giant Crusher, though. I'm not gonna lie. I might be able to get a lot of damage out of that. I might have to do this. How's it doing fire affinity? All right, let's see. Let's see if we can, because this we can do with Flame Grip Strength. All right. We have to keep that. And then we have to change our stats. Magma Talisman affects this, which is cool. Right. All right, let's make some Giant Crusher stats. So here's what we have. Okay, so we're low on endurance. We could actually get to 51 points. We can. We just need a stat spread that's better. Enough. As I pointed out, I think before I mentioned it, yeah, strength is just so much easier. It really is awesome in terms of, because we could just two-hand this and get a bonus now, which is pretty cool. All right, so we can get the 51 poise now, or break it. I don't even know how much poise matters for PvP these days. I haven't played PvP in a long time. I think people have told me recently it's changed. All right, let's go with that. And it doesn't matter. All right, we good. We're good. We are good. Go take on the spare. Yeah, the Giant Crusher is really cool. I just wish it did more poise damage overall. I think it lacks a little bit in terms of poise damage. We got this. Yeah, we're set up pretty well. I'll take on the bear and see how we do. Anybody currently still playing Night Rain at all? I feel like that's the bear has been in there a lot in the DLC for Night Rain. It's been kind of fun fighting him, but you're obviously a lot faster at Night Rain, so it's a little bit different. All right, we are almost out to the bear. We're gonna see how much fire damage we can get. You haven't played Night Rain in months? Yeah, I know a lot of people left the game already because it has a very particular style to it. And it's certainly made for people that it's almost like a challenge run every time you play it. And the Deep of Night now and everything, it's changed like a lot. It could be super challenging, so I get that. Let's see how much damage we get. If we could actually hit him, he might take off here, to be honest, because sometimes they take off. Uh-oh. Oh, I knew I was going to get hit by that. Oh, I got hit again. Sorry. Wow, he didn't even let me get that down. Alright, he's beating me up a little bit. I should be able to hit him with this. But he's very agile. Okay, I have not gotten poise break, but it's the Giant Crusher. So that kind of makes sense, I guess. The regular hits do a ton of damage. Okay, this could melt them. Like literally, this is gonna do massive damage. There we go. Good game on that one. That was solid too. I enjoyed that one. He just beat me up at the beginning of it. It happens. All right, we're gonna try the Spike Club next. That'll be fun. I want to do the Spike Club. For Night Rain yet, as I moved, placed with fiber, which was very nice. Yeah, Night Rain's definitely demanding on your internet for sure. Open is definitely made for teams. I wish they get rid of the circle for solo players. Yeah, good game for sure. This is Journey 4, new game +3, David. Yeah, Night Rain, I wish there was, I don't know why they didn't implement a solo mode that doesn't have the circle that you could just play and take your time. Do you know how many people would buy the game just for that? Like, that, it's literally free money for that. It wouldn't take them that long to take the circle out. Like, you could just put it so that we set the circle when we want it to go, you know? And that would be, like, really cool. All right, let's try the Spike Club. So, yeah, I agree with that. I think if they took the circle out for single player, it'd be phenomenal. It'd be absolutely awesome. A Spike Club, Spike Club, Spike Club. Find an Ash of War for this one. Yeah, I agree. If you could take your time, it would be amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. I think I could use Blood Flame Blade with this. I think that might be good. I don't know. Next time I'm on, I definitely want to do some spells and whatnot. Didn't really do a lot of that, so let's find an Ash of War. Something that we can use. Wild Strike sounds pretty cool. Crag Blade, we wouldn't be able to use. If we use Crag Blade, we can't use Blood Flame Blade. So that's the downside there. Roar sounds kind of fun. That sounds kind of cool. Poise Breaking Roar. Wait a second. You can put Spinning Weapon on this? And Heavy Affinity with an A? And it gets like 550 AR? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool right there. That could probably shred. Curious as to how this one does with this Ash. Let's find out. I don't really want to change stats for 1 point. So let's put on this. This will give us enough for Blood Flame Blade. Alright, so got a cool Ash of War. Super cool Ash of War, honestly. And Rotten Wing Sword Insignia. Prosthesis. We'll set this one up for like a powerhouse because this is something that you could do. It's pretty potent. I don't even need to change my stats, I don't think. Alright, so what boss can we take on? Try the Hippo, but he's pretty tough. Hippo kind of sucks, to be honest. Hippo is brutal. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, let's go fight the Hippo. Why not? Kind of tough. He's also in Night Rain. For those wondering that we're talking about Night Rain. He also appears in Night Rain, and he's a bit of a challenge, so. You guys think that when they did what was I gonna say? When they did DLC, I feel like they could have definitely filled out some of the map a little bit more. There's definitely some really open areas. They're a little bit too open. I mean, I love open world games, but there are some areas that have too much space. Yeah, that's a good name for him. That's definitely what he's called. I'm calling him that from now on. Potato Man. That's great. Yeah, he's definitely a weird boss. Also, does anyone remember when he was first there and they didn't patch the door? And they literally didn't patch the door, and he could just run at you the minute you came in. He ran right into you, like, immediately. Oh, I've got, like, so many now, Sean. I have so many files now with like different bosses and everything. I end up spread all over the place. I do have one file on PC. That's my main file that I've been going through and grabbing everything. But the problem with that is it's now on New Game Plus 7, which puts me at the same position I was with Xbox, where a lot of my builds ended up being too similar because they're all built around damage at that point, especially for the DLC on New Game Plus 7. And I feel like I can't be as creative on New Game Plus 7, unfortunately. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but all the builds have to be kind of like built a certain way. So it could be a little challenging to make it work, for sure. I hate that he can turn that, because I knew I'd take damage there. It doesn't make sense, like, that his body's not really hitting. Okay. All right, buddy. Whatever you say, man. Oh. Oh. I knew he was gonna almost shred me there. Hate that move. That move's frustrating for me. Oh, come on. Here's where the camera angle can kill you. Bye-bye. All right, that wasn't bad. That one actually worked out pretty well. I was happy with the way that one turned out. It does really well with spinning weapon. I feel like this does a lot of poise damage too. If you just switch to the charge hits to break them, and then you follow up with this, you'll just get a ton of damage. Yeah, that AR is pretty good too. 650 total. I'll take that. For the weapon, for the weight of the weapon, it's pretty good. Maybe tonight, Lucy One. I'm not sure yet. He's a little bit far away. I'm not sure. I might do him in the next stream, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Gonna see how this goes. Let's see. How far is he from here? I don't even remember how far it takes to get to him. It would be fun to fight Mesmer, though. I would have a blast playing and fighting Mesmer. What kind of build would you guys want to see if I fought Mesmer? Like, would it be... Let's just go back here and try to make it to him. I might try to make it to him now, Lucy. One. Because I think that it would be fun trying to get to him. I just don't remember the quickest way to get to him. It takes a second to get to him. But we could run up there and have some fun with this. I probably should have grabbed Black Flame's protection, because that would have kept me alive. Because a lot of these guys' roar attacks... Oh, he's got fire on the weapon. I was like, does he have Blood Flame Blade? Yeah, see, this is... Running through this can be a bit of a challenge. Oh. Nope. There's a door down here, right? No, you don't need to do the water tower for Mesmer. Only for Gaius. So it's not that bad, but it's still pretty tough. I'm gonna open up the shortcut though real quick. That way I don't have to go through those guys again. That way I have that open. Just in case the Fire Knight kills me, which is a possibility. Yeah, you basically just go up. Yep. They poisoned me? No, they didn't. How did they... They barely got any... I think it's the door animation stopped them from getting the poison buildup. The door animation legitimately stopped them. Because they should have gotten me... Had a good amount of poison buildup. I was just standing in poisonous mist. Oh, no. The hardest part about this is the Fire Knights. They make it so difficult. The Fire Knights are are brutal. Also got added to Night Rain as well. The Fire Knights are now in that game too. All right, so let's see, where do we go from here? I have to make, yeah, the Fire Knight's Greatsword is amazing. I love the Fire Knight's Greatsword. It's awesome. All right, we go up here, right? And then we got to make a jump. Nope, not this way. Did this? I forget the way up. This way. Don't need this. Nope. Wow, even these smaller guys have a lot of HP. I think he had 2,500. He had 2,500 HP. Like, they give HP to, like, it's just insane in DLC. It's nutty. All right, we are almost up. We're getting closer. We're getting there. Gonna have to remember which way to go from here. There's a door here, but that's not it right now. Oh, we got to go up through here, through the feet. I found it. Yep, legs. I'm usually good at getting out of binds in this game. I got better with that over time, if you know what I mean. Like where, like, if something comes up behind me, I don't know if it's just luck based at this point or if it's just memorizing when to roll, but this is the only part I think I die at, this part, because this guy is very, very frustrating. And I try to avoid fighting him. And I think there's a door, but I don't know where the door is. There's a door here. Is it below? Do I have to go below? Or I have to go, like, oh, shoot. Oh, it's right here. I found it. Oh, oh. Probably going the wrong way here. I'm trying to find where there's a switch, I know that. Oh yeah, I'm actually going the right way. Shoot. I should have grabbed Black Flame's protection. And this is difficult now. There's a switch I have to get to. Oh shoot. He's right here. Everything wants me dead here. It's a fact. Like, they all want me dead. Which is kind of obvious, but at the same time, it feels more so in the DLC for some reason. I feel like they're just worse overall. Where's this platform go? Right here, right? I think we're almost there. That was actually not bad. Yeah, I'm almost there. We're gonna take on Mesmer. That's a cool fight. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think I can get back up. Oh, I can, thankfully. Good. I'm gonna heal up first in case he hits me again, because he's gonna try to hit me again. All right. And there's a stake of America here, right? Not a grace. Oh, I skipped a grace. You're right. I skipped a grace in the room, but I think there's a stake of America here. I'm assuming this is going to let me come back to it. I hope. Because this is the other part where I normally die. That first guy and then this second Fire Knight can kill me. Because he's just pretty awful. And I'm going to try to run past him. So. Oh, yep. Oh, no way. Oh, yeah, he killed me. It's all right. Yeah, that guy's ridiculous. Yeah, I should be able to go right back to the Stake America. Yep. Just gotta make sure I stand in front of it. or whatever you got to do. I've had it where I've gone past and it's not letting me go back, which is really frustrating, but most of the time it works. All right, so I'm going to get rid of these guys first so they don't hit me in the back. Did he just heal his... He tried to heal his bro right there. Like, he legitimately just was like, yeah, I'm just going to heal him. All right, are you going to use that same Ash of War again on me? That is so annoying. Okay, got the door open. That's number one. Can't damage me while I'm opening the door. I wish we got all their spells and they actually were as good as they should be, but yeah, they're not. They're definitely not. They're not what they should be. If he kills me up here, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna have the grace. So we get to take on Mesmer. Hey, what's up, Lucas Christopher? We're just hanging out, fighting some bosses, making some builds. It's pretty fun, honestly. It's been fun. All right, so we're at Mesmer Dark Chamber entrance, and that wasn't really bad getting there. It was kind of fun anyway, taking the ride up there. All right, so what kind of build would be good for Mesmer? He's kind of challenging, but he doesn't have a ton of HP. All right, let's see. War picks are pretty cool. I've done a war pick build. Curved Great Club. That sounds kind of fun against Mesmer. I'm not really necessarily like, okay, like I don't have to go with what he's weak against. Like, it doesn't matter if he's weak against something. Stone Club, yeah, that could be pretty cool. Where's the Stone Club? Let's see what scaling that gets. Do I have the Stone Club? I think I got them. Yeah, right here. Wait, what about a double Stone Club build? Think that'll do the trick? Yeah, it's always hard to balance everything with him. He's tough. He's rough. He's a difficult boss. He's brutal, to be honest. All right, double Stone Club plus 25 each. Awesome. Gotta love the Glorious Merchant. Glorious Merchant is awesome. Crescent Moon Axe. After this one probably. Shoot, this is leaning into jump attack territory. I don't know how good. Does anybody know what the poise damage value on this is? Gets an A in heavy. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check to see what the value, how much poise damage you get overall. I think I don't need to change stats again. This just keeps working out. These keep turning into strength builds. I think I can just keep the stats that I have. I mean, it really doesn't matter, right? I'm getting good AR from them. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, so oh yeah. Oh, Lucas, yeah, that it's very hard to build. I said somebody had a build request for that while using his spells and stuff. I said I'd do that with the higher level ones because it's just so hard. His stat spread on his weapon. He gets like an even amount of stats from Dex, Strength, Intelligence, and like Faith, or like the stat spread is so ridiculous. It's insane. It's definitely hard to do for sure. All right, so we want to be able to posture break and do a decent amount of damage. The charge hits aren't really going to matter here. We got the Claw Talisman already. Doing poise damage. Huh. Not sure what else to do to build around this one. This is pretty basic physical damage here we're going for. So could go for Dragon Crest doesn't really help much. Non-physical might help because he does a lot of fire damage. That's actually pretty good. Take that. Maybe some more stamina. We'll see how much. I'm gonna see how much damage this does. I don't know if this is gonna be an impressive one or not. I have not used the stone clubs much, so yeah. If it was you, I'm definitely going to. What level is your character? If you can tell me what level they are. Okay. All right. Thanks. That's awesome. Cool. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, they're cool weapons for sure. But yeah, the Lucas, yeah, if you can tell me the level. And eventually, if you guys want me to make some 200 level builds too, we can do that also because like that would be really fun. Yeah, yeah, you would need 72 fate. So yeah, absolutely. It's a high stat requirement for sure. It's definitely yeah, it's up there. I wonder how much damage this is gonna do to him. I don't know. It's okay so far. Oh. I'm gonna have to heal on this, which means I'm not gonna get a posture break. There we go. Did he take no damage there? That was weird. I feel like he might break here. If he doesn't, though, I'm gonna die. Yep. Felt like he should have broke, but okay. That's weird. Really doing that move again? That's not bad. I'll take it. That wasn't bad at all. So, it's a stone club work pretty well, so. My character's probably gonna die, though, if I don't rest at this grace. Yeah, yeah, they do. It was. Mesmer's crazy. I love Mesmer, man. It's an awesome fight. I wanted to show. I have to walk outside this room for a second. Yeah, good game. It was awesome. That was a good one. Crescent Moon Axe next. I was actually going to I wanted to show when I went to the stat screen how much damage, because I think these get actually a ton of physical damage. So let's check this out. Wow, look at that. What is that? Is that like 675-ish on these? Wow. That's impressive. For just a stone club. It's just a stone club and it works, and it's honestly awesome. Like, that worked out pretty well. That's all the equipment on that one. If you guys want to see that one. So what was the next one? Somebody wanted a Crescent Moon Axe. So we'll go and do that one. That should be pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of builds in here that we did, by the way, for anybody that wants to check it out afterwards too. It should be pretty fun. All right, so Crescent Moon Axe. Where's the axes? I gotta find the axes. Oh, I went too far. I realized the Golem Fist, by the way, were so much fun in the last video. They're so much fun. These are all, oh, the Duelist Great Axe. I could do one for that eventually, the Rotten Great Axe. Yeah, Crescent Moon Axe, here we go. What affinity was the person that asked about that Crescent Moon Axe? What are we looking for affinity-wise? Are we looking for anything, anything specific for the Crescent Moon? And it looks like it's, that's dexterity requirements, that's weird. Not a lot of dexterity requirements, but it's got a little bit of dexterity requirements. All right, we're going for heavy. Okay, cool. Sweet. That should be fun. I wonder how what the poise is. This the one that drags on the ground? I think this might be the one that drags on the ground. Pretty cool. Kind of want to try Royal Knight's Resolve to start. We can adjust it if we end up making it better. Oh yeah, it shreds him. Yeah, it's excellent for him. Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, the Lion's Great Bow can take on any of the bigger targets in the game, and fairly easily too. So that's pretty cool. It's truly great. All right, so we're doing all physical damage. I don't know what the hits are. Poise damage. We are doing poise breaking damage. Let's go with that. And let's see how much damage. We're gonna have to respec for this one.
Is it thy now bear this?
Yeah, we can try a lightning slash. Might do 2 with this one. Okay, let's see. Got increasing. It's got 15 dexterity requirement. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Did you do it in lightning? Did you do it in lightning affinity or heavy affinity on lightning slash? Good stats wise.
Thou art now of my
Either way, this stats better work. Let's see how much damage it does. Kind of want to try lightning now. You added oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Godric's Great Rune is very helpful for that. You get a lot of extra points stats wise. So lightning slash was what you tried, but you went for heavy affinity with it and just went for what, like charged hits or something? Yeah, I'm not what was I gonna say? I'm not sure how well that one will do based on, well, we can build it. We don't have to build around the lightning. It's just added damage. So that's cool. Yeah, we can add some damage. Gonna do a lot. Gonna do a good amount of damage. Let's take on Bridge Dragon. I want to see how much AR this gives me first, though. I do want to check to see how much I get. Because if I can figure out how much AR I get out of this... let's see. This dragon's staring at me. Wait, two-handed? This is... Hold on. 331 and 439. So, was that 770? 850? 850. You do more damage with charged hits. They're hard to land, though. I think this is the one that drags. Yeah. Got a pretty cool hit there. Let's try this. I would have probably preferred, I think Royal Knights, because it might have made a little bit more physical damage, but Lightning Slash is pretty fun. It's a fun Asher War. Yeah, the more damage, holding it down will ultimately give you more damage every time, but at the same time, you're not always going to be able to hold it down. So, it could be a little bit challenging. Alright, let's see what we can do to this dragon. Let's see if he wakes up here. He might end up doing his fire breath on me, so. Okay. I'm actually happy so far with the damage. I never get poise damage values sometimes. There you go. I was like, there's no way that, like, I wasn't getting a poise break there. That's weird. Oh, I knew I was going to get hit by that. All right. I should have hit him in the head there. All right, you're going to go up flying. I'm good with that. I think I might actually use the... Oh. We got him. Ah, that's a fun one, I guess. Pretty fun. Pretty cool. It looks cool. It's a cool looking build. Yeah, we got 770, 850. Pretty cool overall. I'll take it. This is what we ran for this. The best faith weapon in the game for any soldiers, not Ash of War spam, but like has good scaling and stats. That's tough. It would probably be like a regular weapon, something like the Greatsword in Flame Art Affinity, or you could use the Giant Crusher too, which also has great faith scaling. As far as the somber weapons go, it's not, if you're not spamming the Ash of War, because I'm assuming you're referring to the Blasphemous Blade. It's tough. A lot of them take a back seat to the Blasphemous Blade. The Blasphemous Blade is just ridiculous. It's too good. Yeah, it's definitely there's some really good faith weapons. The Magma Blade's good, but that's strength faith. Godslayer's Greatsword's up there for me, but again, that's probably the Ash of War. The actual attack values on it aren't that good. The Fire Knight's Greatsword, probably the Fire Knight's Greatsword. I would put the Fire Knight's Greatsword from the DLC up there, because you can put it on so many different things. Put it in Flame Art, get amazing scaling, and get ridiculous damage. So yeah, definitely, I would include that one for sure. All right, let's I want to do a Flombers build. I'm not sure with what. Let's see what we can do with the Flombers. Flombers is pretty cool. A cool weapon. It's a cool looking weapon. It does allow you to use Bloodflame Blade. Great Sword of the Damned. Yeah, that one is not too good. We could try to make a build for it. This one here. Sean. Yeah, it's a tough one to use. It's got a weird stat spread. I could try it again, see how good it is. Yeah, the Flombers is underrated for sure. I think what we could do with this one. This is holy damage. It does a little bit of holy damage. It doesn't do a lot of holy damage. It does some. I think somebody said this weapon was like broken in DLC or something. Sorry, broken in PvP for a while or something. Like it was really good for PvP. It could like trip up other players, I guess, and stuff. I don't know what to do for the last one here. I don't know if we'll be posture breaking or not. Maybe a two-handed sword. That would be the way to go. Boosting charge, holy damage. It doesn't have a ton of holy damage though. You can build around anything. Look at the stat spread though. At +9, it's not +10, but still. C, D, and a D.
Is it thy wish to...
Yeah, it does. It's got a C, D, and a D, so I'm not sure what I can do with this one, but it'd be fun to find out. All right, let's see. So endurance, we don't need too much of that, and then we're kind of like spread out. We already know we're gonna have that. Here's where it's going to give me. Okay, so it gets more from strength. And it gets a little bit from faith. That gives you 2. Okay, so strength is almost... trying to figure out how to get a stat spread where this actually does a lot of damage. We'd have higher AR now, but be able to two-hand, and we'd have more faith this way. We can get it over 700.
Thou art now a sweet...
Yeah, it's way better for PvP for sure.
Fine and fair, my
All right. Let's see. Charge attacks for boosting. So I don't know the poise. I think it has the same poise as any other greatsword. Fairly certain. Let's take on a PvP type enemy. We're gonna go fight the Black Knife Assassin. Because I think this could be interrupted for her. That could be a good boss fight right there. I think that could be a fun one because we're able to get an interruption instead of using a regular boss where it just doesn't hit right. I agree with what somebody said earlier. I was just gonna say I miss like riding around in some of these areas for the first time. I remember the first time I got to Altus, I was like, this is incredible. Honestly, I thought it was a really cool section of the game, and when I got to Altus like the first time, because I hadn't really looked up much, I thought I was like towards the end of the game. I was literally like, oh, I'm at the middle to the end at this point. I did not know that we'd have, you know, mountaintops, consecrated, snowfield, Barrow Missoula, pretty much like everything. Yeah, I can make any build, Eli. I just kind of make builds that you guys ask me to make, and I try to do my best with them. I'm probably gonna do another video this week. A couple of the ones from this might appear in the next video. A few made it. I think the Claymore Impaling Thrust one definitely made it. There's a few other ones. A Stone Club against Mesmer, probably gonna include that one. A few of them definitely turned out really well. This one probably won't make the list because it's a weird weapon. Oh yeah, Yurni is amazing. Good night, Lucas. Thank you for joining. It's been awesome. All right, let's see what we can do. All right, that I don't know how much that did for me. Right. Okay. He's gonna hop around like crazy. All right, so the Ash of War doesn't do much damage. Okay, that's weird. You have to hit it a second time? You hit it a second time, it doesn't even do much damage. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I wish it did more poise damage. Like, I feel like this should do at least poise damage if it's not going to do, like, regular damage at all. Alright, relax. Okay. Yeah, this one's hard to use. Definitely hard to use. Uh-oh. Really? All right, I'm not a fan of that weapon. That weapon is not great. It's much better for PvP. That's brutal, to be honest. Yeah, there's the equipment there, but overall it's yeah. Not the best. Let's do a dagger build. Dagger build sounds fun. Oh, you know what really is good is these, right? Not the great knife, the Bloodstain daggers. These are amazing. These shred. These absolutely shred. And they're super powerful. All right, we're definitely going to be building up on successive hits, so we're going to grab the Thorny tier for this one. Now we need to find an Ash of War that actually works well with these. We need something that does bleed. I guess one can be Blood Blade. I guess that's not bad. All right, let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to actually grab the shard for this one. Yeah, the black knife's really fun. You just got to boost holy damage for that one and the shard. That's it. And you can do a lot of damage with that. I'm going to see if I can make a build with these while I have them. Because these are really good. The Bloodstained daggers are very, very good. Right, and let's see what we need. They have strength scaling, so they're actually a strength and arcane dagger, which is kind of interesting because most daggers are dex. For this, we got a strength arcane dagger. We don't need much of any of this. That's kind of weird having stat spread this way. See what we get to. I only need one more here. Why does the damage feel off? You need a certain amount of dexterity for this? I guess it's low because they're daggers.
Thou art now my
Yeah, I think the damage is just a little lower because they're daggers. 102 bleed build up, though. That's good. Let's see what we can do with this. We'll pull the white mask out for this. We gotta find a boss, though. I don't know which boss is gonna be, that this could shred and do a lot of damage to. There's a dragon down here. Let's see. Let's go up here and fight the knight guy that's over here. Yeah, pretty cool overall. Super fun. Running daggers at times. I just don't like the hitboxes for them. That's the only thing that's a little bit of a downside is the hitboxes. They half the time, like a lot of times, like if you fight the tree avatars, it could be incredibly challenging to fight them with daggers. They're like super hard. This guy's actually gonna be pretty tough. So. This is where you can this is one of the farming spots, by the way, later in the game for the Bandit curve swords. Yep, right there. He has them. And then the other spear that they use. No Executioner's Great Axe, though. That would be fun to do an early game guide for. You can get that one early. All right, let's see here what we end up coming up with. This could be potent because this is going to be a lot of bleed buildup. So I want to see how much daggers do overall. I believe I have to pass till night, and then I have to talk to this guy. Briefly. Yeah, I think it makes you talk to him.
His customer well.
I'll even buy something. There we go. Yeah, yep, you're right. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's very frustrating when you're using them because the hitboxes are just terrible, especially if you're trying to use the Star Fist, like charge attacks. You're like winding up a charge hit, and meanwhile, there's just no chance. It's never gonna hit, which is kind of funny. I don't know why they design their hitboxes that way. See if I can build up bleed fast. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Alright, so that did a lot of damage overall. Pretty happy with that. That one was pretty good. He got in his moves at the end. But overall, I was pretty happy with that one. That was a pretty cool one, dagger-wise. Yeah, they could shred. They could stack up damage for sure. I didn't end up using the Ashes of War, but yeah, that's a pretty cool one overall. That does a lot of damage. Pretty cool stuff. That was definitely definitely an awesome one. I like the Bloodstain daggers. They're solid. All right, everybody. I think I'm gonna head off now, and if you guys are up for it, though, I'm gonna do another stream where I do build requests. I'm probably gonna do a couple more of these if that's something you guys want to see. So definitely let me know. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you guys want to see like more build requests done live, and you want to hang out with me, and you think of anything that you want to see turned into builds, we could do more of these, and it would be a lot of fun doing them for sure. Like it would be a really good time overall. Just running different builds and trying different things, and even taking on some tougher bosses. Maybe next time we could include like you know, Radon and a few of the other tough bosses. Maybe Millennia eventually. Oh, thank you, Lucy One. Thank you, Law Abiding and Eli. Yep. Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for showing up. I'm gonna head off, and yeah, I really appreciate everybody. This was absolutely awesome. And don't forget, if you want to see any of the builds, the VOD is gonna be there immediately. So if you want to check those out, I'm sure you can fast forward to it. Yep, you too. Have a great night, everybody.